Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is a voiceover for this video only because when I recorded it, I'm not sure what happened to the audio. So I'm just going to walk you through what I did. So what I'm working on today is I'm going to make an envelope, and I'm doing a bingo challenge for one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. And the lady that's doing it is So Twisted Designs, and she gives everyone a bingo card with bingo numbers if you choose to participate. So my numbers were 18, which was book page, and I'm showing you this here. It's just a coffee dyed page that came from a flower book. Number 11, which was buttons, so I have 2 gold buttons. Number 6, which was napkins, so I have this really pretty fall napkin that has pumpkins and corn and leaves and all that stuff on it, and I took the backing off already. Number 25, which was lace, so I have this really pretty cream color lace, and I have a doily, which wasn't on my bingo challenge, but we're allowed to use extra stuff. So I just folded it into thirds to make like a super simple envelope. And now I'm just going to fold the sides over to make it more of like an expandable envelope. That way when I go to add stuff to it, I'm not limited kind of to what I'm putting in it. So that's what I'm doing here. Now what you're going to do is the top part where the flap is, you're going to cut that folded piece off. And that's, as you can see, what I'm doing here. That way it doesn't show, obviously. So that's all I'm doing here. And while I'm doing this, I just wanted to say, I'm so sorry that I haven't been posting any videos lately. It's kind of been crazy just getting back in the swing of going back to work and doing school and everything else. So hopefully I'll start being able to post more videos. But again, I do apologize. So all I did there is I did a thumb notch. And I'm going to take my napkin, and there's a little black line on my book page, and that's where I'm going to kind of line up my napkin. That way you can still see the pretty fall leaves and a little bit of the writing, and then we'll have the napkin over the top. And I'm just going to use my glue stick for this. I really don't think that Mod Podge is necessary for this. Now, if you're covering your whole page and then folding it, maybe Mod Podge would be good, but I'm not folding anywhere except for right across the top, and I think it's going to be fine. So I just put my glue stick down, I'm smoothing it out, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to cover the top portion as well. So here I'm just trying to get the wrinkles out, and you can see the words through it. Now I am going to flip it, like fold it over the top, and I'm going to cover that inside portion as well. Now, as you can see, when I do cover it, I kind of goofed it up a little bit, and I didn't give room for the thumb notch. And that's okay. All I did was, you'll see here in a second, I just took a piece off the side and kind of patched it back together. So even if you mess it up, it's really not messed up. And I think it turned out okay. So I'm just going to rip it off. I don't know where my tearing ruler is. So I just found one of my kids' wooden rulers, and it worked fine. You just have to watch when it tears. Sometimes it tears wonky, especially, when it's wet. So sometimes you'll get a little bit of that imperfection. And here you can see that's where I didn't go down far enough, and I didn't leave room when I tore it. So I'm just cutting a piece off the side. No harm, no foul. And it kind of gives this like fuzzy edge across the side, but then I go in and I cut it anyways, so it's okay. And you do see that line where it's pieced together, but I personally don't mind it. I think it looks fine. And if you do mind it, then you could go in with like a wider piece of lace, or you could go in with a piece of book page or something. But I in the end think it turned out fine. So here I'm just cutting the rest, tearing the rest of the napkin off, and trying to get it all even. And then I will be inking around the whole entire thing, and I cut the inking part out because nobody probably wants to see me ink the whole time. So before I do that, we're just going to give it a good fold and make sure all the little pieces of napkin are stuck down nice and tight. And then I'm going to ink around the whole entire thing, and then I will come right back. But you won't see it because it'll just pop from one section to the next. So here I'm just kind of cutting the edges to make it a little bit smoother. And you can see where it tore a little bit funny. Like I was saying, it tears a little wonky. So, you know, inking helps it. You're still not going to completely cover it, but I think it's perfectly fine. So now I'm just going to make a little interest to the flap, and I'm going to kind of angle it a little bit. And I'm going to do it exactly the same way we do tags. I cut it off one side, I flipped it over, and then of course I'm going to re-ink that. It just gives a little extra interest. It makes it a little bit more pretty as opposed to just a straight envelope. But you can do however you like to make your envelopes. Now I'm just going to use some art glitter glue and glue my envelope together, and then we can start decorating it. So now that it's all glued down, where the two pieces come together, where the napkin and the book page are, I'm gonna put some lace down there just to kind of make it look super cohesive and like it's one transitional piece. And that top part that's like kind of hard and it's like the seam of the lace, I just, as you can see, I put a little slit in it and I just tore it off. It helps it to lay down flat and it doesn't add quite as much bulk. So I just used the art glitter glue to glue the lace down. I should have probably used Fabri-Tac only because it holds quicker, but the art glitter glue, once it dries, it will hold it. Sometimes I just get in a big hurry. So now the doily, what I thought about doing is, originally I thought about folding it in half and putting it over the top like this. But then I decided, because it wasn't lining quite right with my button, so I'm just going to cut it in half and then put it on the half on the bottom of the flap. So it would be the, you know, the bottom, yeah, the bottom of the flap. And then we're going to put the button on later. So of course I cut it in half and I'm then just going to ink it. To me, it just gives it a little extra contrast. It doesn't make a whole lot of impact, so you can choose to ink or you don't have to. I just like the little bit of brown on the coffee dyed doily. So now we're just going to glue it down, and I'm lining it up with the bottom of the flap. I'm not going to leave any space. And again, I'm just using the art glitter glue. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add some lace to the bottom of the flap just so it kind of all looks cohesive again with the theme of the lace. And I do want to have the lace hanging off of the edge just a little bit. So I put a line of glue real close to the edge and I flip it over a couple of times just to make for sure that, you know, that lace is poking out. This isn't a very wide lace. But in the end, I think it looked really, really cute because it is subtle, but it's real dainty and pretty. So I'm just kind of fixing it so that, you know, it's hanging over just a tad bit. And again, I should have used the Fabri-Tac, but it's okay. The art glitter glue works fine. It just takes a little bit longer for it to dry is all. So now I want to add something to the envelope itself, and as you can see, I'm kind of just trying to figure out, you know, what I want to do and where I want to put stuff. In a second, you'll see I ended up grabbing a couple things and making almost like a little cluster, which I think turned out really, really cute. So what I decided to get is a little washi sticker. This came from Temu from quite a long time ago because I haven't ordered anything else yet. But it's just mushrooms in that really pretty orange and cream color. Then I have a little label and it just says pumpkin on it. I didn't have anything that said leaves or anything on it, but that's okay. And then those little plastic enamel dots, I'm going to use the orange one. And I'm just going to use some of the doily. I just cut a little tiny, or I tore a little tiny piece off. And then I also end up using like a small little piece of the napkin just to kind of tie it all in together. And some lace at the bottom by the pumpkin. So as you can see, I kind of just am layering it all together towards the bottom half of the sticker. And the sticker is semi-see-through, so you can definitely see what's underneath, which I think is perfectly fine. It doesn't give like a huge amount of contrast, but just enough. Like, I like the subtlety of how this little cluster turned out with the boldness of the leaves and the very bold, deep colors of the napkin. I think it all worked well together. So then I just took some of that lace and put it right across the bottom. And I think it turned out really, really cute. So while we're watching this finish, it went from like 80 and 82 degrees here to today it's like 53. So it's freezing. I mean, I guess if we have been having this weather, it wouldn't be bad, but going from that to this, it's really, really cold. So what kind of temperatures have you guys been having? I mean, it's been really nice for, October. We've had some really nice and warm days. And I think we're finally into the fall weather, which is fine by me because I love a good hoodie or sweatshirt or something. But so tell me in the comments below, what has your weather been like? Has it been super warm? Has it been super cold and rainy? We haven't got a ton of rain, which is good, but we do need some rain. So yeah, let me know in the comments. So here I'm just adding the button on, and because I haven't been in my craft room forever, everything was kind of clogged up, so I'm just kind of getting it unstuck, and I put the button down, and then I'm going to take the button back off because then I decided that I wanted to use the lace as a closure. So I end up taking the button off and putting the lace down, gluing it down first, and then gluing the button back on top of it. And of course, I kind of have to fiddle with my glue a little bit because it's still not 100% unclogged. But then I just kind of wrap it around a couple of times and tie it off. And that's how I use it as my closure. Now, this would make a super cute envelope like in your junk journal. But then in my video when I was doing this, I also said that this would make a really cute gifting envelope, like if you were going to give someone a gift card, like if they have a fall birthday, or you could even, turn this around and use this idea and make it into Christmas. But you can make it whatever size envelope you need it to be, whether it's a gift card size or, you're doing a card or you're giving money, anything like that. This would be perfect for something like that. So I hope you guys like this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you guys all again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.